Check this out. Guess what we got here? Just when we thought all the videos released of Tyre Nichols. No, guess what? 20 hours of video from Tyre Nichols' arrest to be released. Check this out. Hours of videos for Tyre Nichols' arrest to be released. Check this out.
In the death of killing Mr. Tyre Nichols.
Yep.
Promises to come out. Memphis doing the thing they do where they tell you they're about to do something, then wait a long time to do it.
Yep.
Let's put the picture up full mass. Remind you of this.
Let's remember one more time.
Who was killed by the criminal actions of the police. The city of Memphis will now release nearly 20 hours of
20 hours.
Hopefully this afternoon regarding the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols by MPD officers, along with the new footage, will be the charging document. Let's go to Jennifer Sink. Jennifer is the chief legal
Here's
officer.
Jennifer. Jennifer.
Tuesday morning, before the City Council's Public Safety Committee, the investigation has now been concluded. It is over, according to her. In total, 13 officers from the Memphis Police Department were investigated. Seven were fired. 3 were suspended, and 2 had their internal charges dismissed.
One officer retired, though.
One officer retired. But the recommendation for that person was termination. The officer who retired submitted his retirement before the hearing was scheduled. Sink said the city cannot compel someone to come to work or a hearing unless they're employed by the city of Memphis. Although that officer was not officially fired, Sink said there will be a record that shows the charges brought against the officer, along with the course of action recommended for each of the violations. With the city's current pension system, an employee can retire even if they are facing disciplinary action and retain their pension. Sink said that Tennessee state law, which says a government employee's pension can be rescinded if convicted of a crime, is the only mechanism that the city has to revoke or rescind somebody's pension. The 5 former MPD officers, put them up.
Here they are.
Smith, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., Demetrius Haley, and Tadarius Bean were the ones initially fired and later charged for Nichols' death. While the 6th officer,
These 5 and this one right there.
He has not been criminally charged. That was the white guy that utilized the taser and said, "I hope they stomp his ass." According to Sink, all of the officers who struck Nichols were part of the first group of terminations and criminal charges. One other person who was suspended did, at the tail end, place hands on legs, but that was not a strike or an assault. That person received a suspension. All of the suspensions were without pay, and they will return to work after. Such a damn shame. Let's put up the other employees. People were
Here's the other one.
Additionally, 4 employees
firefighters and paramedics
were also charged. 2 of them are emergency medical techs, Robert Long and Jermichael Sandridge, along with Lieutenant Michelle Whitaker. They were fired on January 30th. 4th MFD personnel received a suspension and remedial training. See, they know training is not the problem. That is not the issue.
Nope.
Policy is not the problem. That is not the issue. It is a culture. Look at it.
That's police culture.
Everybody acted on the same
Police culture
authority.
is a problem, ladies and gentlemen.
All officers who were involved acted the same way, in allegiance to the next, rather than in allegiance to the community.
And like I said it before, these cops, the mentality, blue lines, they were trying to get anybody to join their so-called gang to finish the job of Tyre Nichols, just like Mortal Kombat. When you play Mortal Kombat, when you defeat your opponent, you hear, "Finish him." That's what they were doing. They were going to finish him. They wanted anybody to join their gang. Hey, jump in our game. Be cool with us. Let's finish this motherfucker up. That's what they were trying to do with Tyre Nichols.
In allegiance to their training or in allegiance to the law. They acted in allegiance to the cop next to them. That is called occultic or gang-like behavior. And then those who are trained to render life-saving aid, how do they respond? They respond like the officer next to them.
They
of the
did
officer
nothing.
next to
They
them.
didn't render
again,
aid or nothing. Let him
Same
die.
dynamic. You do not have a policy problem. You have a cultural problem. Now, here's why I know they're not authentic about actually solving this. They would like you to think they have now cut the cancer away, that they have found all of the wrongdoers in the department. Please keep in mind, these officers committed this killing in front of other people.
You know what? And you know what? The buck stops on the chief. With C.J. Brown. Oh, she knew she was hiring these motherfuckers, these corrupt officials, the police officers, the paramedics, and firefighters. She was hobnobbing, breaking bread, going on to lunch and dinner with these motherfuckers that got fired or suspended.
In front of camera. You don't think they knew where the city cameras were located? They did it right in front of one.
Oh,
and
yes.
They do know where these cameras are located because if they need to pull footage, they need to know that a camera is in that area. And so they contact.
And that's the thing this day. There are cameras everywhere you go. Doesn't matter. You go to a bank, to a bus stop, traffic light, store. Anywhere you go, there's a camera.
To a man in front of one of their own cameras.
Hell, you got people with DoorDash or ring cams. People have dash cams nowadays.
Those records. My point is, it doesn't just stop with those you saw on
Nope,
camera.
it doesn't.
But since they're not solving that problem, you can be rest assured they're not serious about solving the actual, real challenges.
Nope. And Benchwarmers wants to downplay it. You know, Finding Freedom Benchwarmer, he wants to downplay that. Oh, it's 6 offers out of 655,000. No, it's not. It doesn't just stop when it starts with the 6. Then it dominoes effects, motherfucker. Finding Freedom, you don't understand the concept about bad policing. Oh, it's only a couple bad offers out of the whole clinic. No, it doesn't. It starts with that, Finding Bencher. Learn it. Live it, buddy.
AB, thoughts here.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with this. So first and foremost, I don't understand how the person who was holding down legs and stuff is not being accused of battery and assault if the victim was not supposed to be in custody in the first place, which is where the kidnapping charge came from. So I think that is very misleading and it's almost gaslighting. I think it's also unfortunate that the officer who retired, like the community, taxpayers are going to pay his salary, right? His retirement salary, which means this young man, the victim's parents, their tax dollars are going towards this former officer's salary.
Yeah, his family, his parents,
after their participation,
and his friends, you know, their taxpayers are going to pay for his retirement, his tax dollars, get the pension.
And I also don't think it's
enough
that it's on his record that he's been accused of a crime, because plenty of people have been accused of a crime. It's not until the conviction happens that it actually matters. So I think it needs to be on record of him being convicted or at least being reprimanded for his potential participation or his or her potential participation in this crime, because a crime occurred. We watched it. We just don't know which one they're going to be found guilty of. The other part about it is, you know, this narrative going around that the EMTs are saying they were prevented from rendering aid by the officers. That goes to show a deeper level,
lie,
right? Because
they had every ample chance to do it.
Prevented them or tried to prevent them from rendering aid to Mr. Nichols. As EMTs, that is your job, is to save lives. So there should have been nothing that those police officers.
You know what? And I saw the body cam footage like that. Those officers did not stop the EMT at fire preventing, to rendering aid.
I don't care how fast he was driving.
They just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it.
Ignored the lights when they first
came on. They did nothing. That's why they fucked up and got fired for it.
He should still be alive today.
Yep, he should still be.
We're going to bring you updates.
Oh yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done with the Tyre Nichols story. We're just walking. We're still going on that, baby. We're rock and roll. And here we are on the KCMN. We are here to expose bad cops, bad officials, government officials, firefighters, EMTs, anybody out there. We're exposing them all. Fuck them all. We're exposing all the bad state actors and crisis actors out there. This is what we do on this KCMN channel, baby. We are rock and rolling. Anyways, I'm out here. My job. Peace out.